Welcome back to DETV's Good Morning Wilmington. First up on the plaza, we have John and Kevin from Capital Ringers, Inc. And we're excited to hear from you.
Yes.
How are you all doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Doing very well.
Excited to be here, thanks.
Thank you.
So first things first, tell us, what is Capital Ringers?
Why don't I start and Kevin can pitch in. I'll go back almost 20 years, 2004. Our founding artistic director got a group of church handbell ringers together and kind of found out whether they wanted to do some secular community work. Mm-hmm. And out of that grew Capital Ringers, a group that started in Kent County, now lower Lewis, Rehoboth area. The focus is on ringing a variety of music. That's the big difference. Community ensemble, doing pop, rock, classical holiday at the Christmas, winter season. And it's made up of musicians that bring their talents to the table under the leadership of our talented director, Kevin Chamberlain. We have the largest collection of handbells and hand chimes in Delmarva. 5 octaves of Schulmerich, made in the U.S., 5.5 octaves of Whitechapel, made in England, and our 67 hand chimes. And you see a handbell and a hand chime right there.
I see. So before we get into that, I just want to ask, how have you always been musicians? Like, tell us about your background.
She want to join. She wants to join. She wants to join.
I do.
Yeah, that's what she's heading to.
I started playing the piano when I was 6.
Me too.
And actually taught by my grandmother. Mm-hmm. And as we all know, grandparents are very easy to not hold their grandchildren to follow through a practice regiment. Right. And so grandmother was quickly to find me a local piano teacher. I grew up in Seaford. Mm-hmm. And so quickly to find me a piano teacher. And I started formal lessons when I was 9 and continued on through high school, college, grad school, and, continue even to this day, perfecting my gifts and graces at the piano and organ, which is what my degrees are in. I started getting into handbells when I was in college, ringing in the college ensemble at Asbury University in Kentucky, and then at the seminary that I went to in Fort Worth. Okay. And so I just have a love for music. This is what I do every day. Wow. Between my multiple jobs and now as the artistic director of Capital Ringers.
What makes a good ringer?
Ooh.
Someone who has the desire, one, to be in the front of an audience looking happy. Yes. I'm going to say that. Looking happy and just exuding positivity and energy. You want to engage the audience in what we're doing. The other thing that is a needed item in ringing handbells is the ability to read music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that we as Capital Ringers and both of our ensembles push, that coming to us either at the beginner or intermediate level, and definitely at our advanced ensemble, is to being able to read music before you come work with us.
And as a ringer, somebody who has rung, you need to be a team player. It's an ensemble. Right. It's not an individual solo instrument. So I would say lots of practice on your own and come to the table ready to be part of that ensemble and pay attention to the director.
How did you get started with it? Because you can see it's in him. The love for it is just.
The short version is when I moved down to Lewis, I went to lots of different programs and went to a concert by Capital Ringers and just fell in love with it. I thought this is an amazing organization. The musicality was off the charts. Standing ovation, incredible. Wow. I thought, I've got to get involved in this. And so I got involved as a board member. Mm-hmm. I rang for one season, but then decided to be a snowbird. I live part-time in Florida, so I can't ring anymore. Right. But I love still being involved and the musicianship of this group. Now that I'm not a part of the ringing ensemble, right. I can sit in the audience and go, wow.
Describe the music for me, the tones. Like, I'm a huge person about tone, right? And when all those different tones of the instruments go out, how does that feel? Is it more angelic, more?
I'll start from the sort of layperson perspective, and then Kevin can do the music part. I mean, what's cool about handbells, lots of things, and the hand chimes, is that there's this range of tonality, not just the notes and the low to the high, but the depth, the vibration, all these effects you can get with moving the bells. It's a music sound that you don't get from an instrument like an organ or a piano or a clarinet or a tuba. So that's my take. Now, he'll have a musician's take.
Well, as a musician, if you watch a handbell ensemble, there are a myriad of techniques outside of just taking a handbell and ringing. We also mallet the handbell, which if you think of like a string quartet or a string ensemble, they will pluck the strings like a pizzicato. Malleting a handbell is similar to that. It's also similar in sound to think of a marimba. Do you know what the big marimba and that sound is? It's a large xylophone.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and it has wooden keys in a sense that you mallet. Malleting handbells has a tendency to sound like a marimba. And if you let me here, I'll show you.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you demonstrate?
I brought multiple hand chimes and my handbells, but we're looking at 2 today. So here is a handbell. This is actually one for my church. It's made by Malmark, not Schilmerick. And so you first of all hold it in an upright position. You don't want to hold the bell casting down like this. Okay. We always pretend that there's water or some type of, maybe there's a mimosa in here.
Yeah!
It's Mimosa Monday, so come on. Pretend that there's a mimosa and you don't want to spill that. So you bring it in an upright position and just like this. You know, and you continue it on and around in more of an ellipse type of a movement. And if I want to stop the sound, dampen the sound, I just bring that back towards my chest. Now, with some of the larger bells, they do get quite heavy and quite some of a diameter and circumference like this. You don't always necessarily want to dampen that on your chest.
Right.
When I ring handbells, sometimes I use my thigh, sometimes I use my padded side. Every once in a while, in several ensembles that I've been in, friends and I, we've used each other to dampen the bells. That's when we work well together. So that's the hand chime or the handbell. The hand chime, as you can tell, is a completely different shape. It's a tubular shape made out of a different material, and it has a different timbre.
Oh, I'm gonna eat one of those.
I did not expect it to make that sound at all.
And then you ring in the same type of movement, but to dampen it, you turn it sideways so that you can stop the vibration.
Designed a little like a tuning fork.
In many ways, correct. And they come in wide ranges of sizes. Some of the ones that we have, the largest ones are at least this tall.
Oh, wow.
And probably this big in diameter.
Okay. Can she try that?
Go right ahead.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me see.
No, I'm going to ask, just don't touch the bronze.
Gotcha.
But if you see the symbol here, this is the symbol of the handbell. You want that facing you.
Okay.
So just pick that on up.
Pick it up this way.
Yep.
All right.
And remember to don't not spill the mimosa.
Right.
Don't spill your mimosa. and just bring it. I'll use the chime here. Just bring it towards you and just with a downward movement.
Downward.
Remember not to spill.
Right.
That's better. Yes.
He looks a little concerned. Okay. Bring it back.
And then bring it back to dampen the sound. Correct.
Did I do it?
There you go. That was very good. You can come audition for a position with Capitol Ringers.
Oh, thank
May I?
Next rehearsal we have.
Okay, don't touch the
Don't-
bronze.
Yeah, don't touch the bronze.
Don't touch the bronze.
Yes.
I know I want to add a beatbox to it.
Now, what you'll also want to do is keep the bell moving when you do that.
Oh, okay.
So just keep it going. Keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
We might need to start in the beginner.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
No, I mean, I grew up playing instruments as well, but not
But
this.
not that,
I
yeah.
played piano as well when I
Okay.
was younger, and I also was a part of my school band, and I was played clarinet. So I can read music to that capacity, but this is almost percussion, right?
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. That when you talked about being able to or having the ability to read sheet music, that's a little different, right?
Well, see, what happens is like with the ability to read. As a pianist, as a person who plays the keyboard, I'm playing every key on the instrument. With hand chimes and handbells, say we would be each given 2 bells. We would be given a C and a D and the accompanying sharp or flats that went with it. And so it's multiple people working together to create the sound of one instrument.
Awesome.
And so it's really a team effort and a group effort working together.
So you usually perform in Kent County and Sussex.
Correct.
Do you have anything coming up in Newcastle County?
We hope to soon. That's a great question. The whole COVID thing changed everything, obviously. So we've performed in Hockessin, in Newport, Wilmington.
Okay.
We've gone as far as Pennsylvania, New Jersey, all pre-COVID.
Right.
Pre-COVID, 2 weeks before our spring concert in 2020, no concerts.
How many
Pivoted to
people-
virtual.
How many people do you have in a concert? Because I'm thinking they could do something here, and like
could.
that
Yeah.
we could air on.
How does that-
About 16 ringers, so
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
And
we
we're
can
going to be
talk
we're
about
going to be
that.
back to Newcastle County. We're actually ringing in Dover, Kent County,
Right.
next weekend.
Okay.
Oh, don't want to forget to mention that. Next Saturday, Conley's Methodist Church in Lewis. Tickets still available.
Okay.
Next Sunday, right here in Dover. Information is available. Not here in Dover, but there in Dover. Here in Wilmington.
Yes.
And capitalringers.org. Check out our website. Tickets are available.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would love if I can go. I would love to go just to
That's
experience it. I remember this. I remember a time I went to a Buddhist temple and they rang the gong, and the vibration from the gong just changed everyone's like their persona. You could see the vibration. So I want to know, and I want to experience on another level of hearing 85 bells, 16 bells, 16.
16 ringers.
16 ringers.
Lots and lots of bells. 80,
Yeah, I would love to hear
Yeah,
that.
quite a few. 70 plus bells, and then the accompanying chimes, and we have different sets
Percussion.
of bells as well that give a little different sound because they're made slightly different.
Yeah.
All right, well, I want to just ask before we start wrapping up, your organization recently received some funds from the Longwood Foundation.
Longwood Foundation. They are fantastic partners. And first and foremost, thanks to Longwood Foundation. They've been working, it's our third grant with Longwood. And as we all know, ticket sales cover just a fraction of any performing arts organization. They've helped us in the past with reorganizing, restructuring as we move to a board structure. This time, our grant application focused on helping us pull out of what we call COVID blues.
Right.
As with all performing arts organizations, we've had diminished people involved as performers.
Yeah.
People kind of pulled back and stayed home,
Right.
audiences. So we've used some of the Longwood funding to partner with High Five Marketing in Lower Delaware to build community awareness and outreach, because we're looking for ringers. We're looking for non-ringers. We've got folks that do our video, our tech, our equipment, our front of house. What we'd like to have is enough ringers that not every ringer has to ring every piece.
Right.
God forbid we have someone who gets sick, someone can fill
Right.
in. So we're looking to expand as we come out of COVID, both ringing and non-ringing membership. Just really a lot of marketing, outreach, awareness, and this is helping. And if you want to come to the concerts next weekend, just email me. You've got tickets.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna check my schedule, but I would definitely love to experience.
Love to have you.
I'd love to experience it.
And really fast, just before we wrap up, tell us where the concert is, this is your camera, your community camera right here. Yes, tell them where the concert is, where they can find tickets, and where they can learn more about Capital Ringers.
capitalringers.org. Website information there about joining, about concerts. Next Saturday, we are at Conley's United Methodist Church in Lewis. And next Sunday, we're not here, I keep saying here, we're in Dover.
In Dover.
Again, information about time and location is available, capitalringers.org. Tickets are available. And check out the website, find out more about becoming a member, becoming a volunteer, being a part of our organization. Thanks for the chance to share that.
Thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
teaching. I feel ding.
Feel like you the ringer.
Yes.
We will expect you at our next rehearsal in the fall.
I want to see that.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm
I love it.
excited. Well, thank you so much, Kevin
Thank
and
you.
John.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you very
much.
much
So
for
much.
having us.